Assalamualaikum. We are from PUTRASONIC and our company produce an electronic product. So our mission is create innovative products and human life solution which increase safety, comfort and energy efficiency. And our vision is become quality leading company in our areas worldwide and produce a quality environment at home.
I'm going to explain about the political, economy and social environment in Malaysia, Japan and Indonesia. In political aspect, Malaysia, Indonesia and Japan has a similar political system which is democratic constitutions. Malaysia practice parliamentary democracy with constitutional monarchy. His Majesty the King is the head of the state and Malaysia Parliament consists of Senate and House of Representatives. A Prime Minister is chosen based on the majority vote and have a power to take over, control and manage the country. In Japan, Prime Minister will serve the country in 4 years, whereas Malaysia and Indonesia is 5 years. The only difference is every state in Malaysia ruled by a sultan except Malacca, Penang, Sabah and Sarawak. The economy of Malaysia has been grown rapidly and Malaysia has categorized as a middle-income country due to the evolving in multi-sector industries. Malaysia active in export-oriented market, economy of semiconductor, petroleum, palm oil, rubber and timber. Malaysia become Far East fifth largest crude oil producer and literally more than 70% of total production of used for exporting. In 1974, Petronas, which is known as Malaysia National Oil Company, was established to involve in petroleum activities including upstream exploration and production oil and gas or refining, marketing, distribution of petroleum products and so on. Moreover, Malaysia practice open system to foreign direct investment. Indonesia became the largest exporters of palm oil to the world market. Approximately 75% of palm oil production is exported to the world market and has a share about 50% of the total world palm oil export market, which has become the largest contribution to Indonesian GDP. Furthermore, Indonesia also practices FDI system, but the performance of FDI was below the expectation due to the limited infrastructure, complicated and time-consuming investment procedure. This has causing the investor has a low confidence to invest their money in this country. However, the FDI inflow in Indonesia has been improved, made the UNCTAD World Investment Prospect Survey declared that the Indonesia is still a promising destination for FDI consumer. Japan is become the third largest economy with GDP that was equivalent to 4.38 trillion US dollar in 2007, and it is ranked at 15 in the world for ease of doing business. Automotive and electronic contribute to the economic growth. For example, Honda, Toyota, Panasonic, Toshiba, and so on. Japan has become the main supplier of vehicles and machinery over the world. This is because the good quality of their product. Moreover, low manufacturing costs has increased the attraction among investors to invest their business in this country. Malaysia and Indonesia has several similarities in social aspect. For example, both countries known as multi-ethnic country. Indonesia has Javanese, Chinese, Sundanese and Maduranese, while Malaysia has Malay, Chinese, Indian, Iban and orang asli. Islam is the main religion in both countries, while in Japan most of the people are practicing Buddhism. Japan culture are very different from Indonesia and Malaysia. For example, they greet people by bowing. This country also support education system.
Hello, my name is Rashida. I will continue the next part. So, the next part is Hotsfield's model of Japan culture. Before set up our branch office at Japan, we need to understand the business environment of Japan based on Hotsfield cultural framework. In general, people from all countries are likely to meet people from other countries at work. Therefore, we must understand the importance of culture to a manager in global environment. So as you can see, we can see on the slide the 5 hot speed cultural framework. So the first one is individualistic, the second one is power distant, the third one is uncertainty avoidance, the fourth one is masculinity versus femininity, and lastly the term orientation. So let's go one by one. In Japan, the individualistic are medium. It is because Japanese society shows many of the characteristics of as collectivistic, such as putting harmony of group above the expression of individual opinions. For example, they will consider the loyalty in workplace as the important things because they will give the priority on a good relationship between the workers themselves more than focus on individual interests. However, it is not as collectivistic as most of Asian neighbors because Japan has to compete their business worldwide. It makes them aims to purpose the individual goals and reach there, and it is called economic self-reliance. So next, the second one is the power distance at Japan are also medium. It is because workers are more likely to listen to their superior and not question their decision. However, Japan tends to have less power distance because it is a developed country. So, they try to change some culture internationally as it shows in changing in the bureaucrat system. Uncertainty avoidance at Japan, which is high. It is because in Japan, projects are carefully planned. A lot of time and effort is putting into feasibility studies, and all the risk factors must be worked out before any project can start. For example, Japanese managers like to rely on the future and facts because they want to avoid certain factors that can occur in business. Therefore, we can see that Japanese people have more cautions in work as well as their systematic routines. Another thing that can support the very high uncertainty avoidance of Japan is they give an importance of the time to be priority. The time is precious as the money, so they will punctual in the business appointment. Being is late is the damage because their life are systematic, and it is considered as one unpredictable thing that makes them lose the benefits. Next is the masculinity and femininity. In Japan has much higher masculinity. Japan will have a strict rules between male and female, and the characteristic of male will be powerful and strong, while female will be gentle and obedient. Because of their culture, it makes Japan becomes a powerful country because men will work hard for making a lot of money for their family, and it is one of the reasons that make the business in Japan grow rapidly. For the hot speed cultural framework at Japan, Japan is a member of East Asian countries, understand all the social interaction within the context of long-term interaction. In the business style, they are more likely look at the long-term investment, and they expect to continuously maintain their business relationship with their partners. Therefore, Japan culture shows us that they always prepare for the future for both in business, work, or in their regular life.
These are the potential challenges and the solutions in managing cross-cultural issues between Japan and Malaysia. The first challenge that our company may face is the language barrier. Most Japanese people, they have the difficulties in communicating in English. Listening comprehension is the weakest skill of the Japanese people. Therefore, discussion and communication between employees and the team will be affected and will be limited and hard to understand. This will eventually impact the company's value. However, to reduce this possible issue, we can make sure our employee will be able to speak English and basic Japanese language. Besides that, during meeting, written tools such as slides and pamphlets will be provided to ease the communication between the local and foreign employees. Meanwhile, speaking style must be clear and understandable. Secondly, another difficulty that our company will be facing is due to the difference in our culture. Japan have a highly structured and traditional society. Japanese bonding is very formal and organized. Meanwhile, Malaysian bonding is informal and chill. Hence, the employees must do some research and know the basic cultural values and norms in Japan such as bowing and shaking hands.
Exchanging culture knowledge will be good for the company. Other than that, the employees should address each other formally and must know and implement the work ethics. Next issue is that the rules and regulation is different in every country. Lacking of foreign laws and regulation could bring a bad impact to the company and can be sued. For the solution, by gaining a comprehensive understanding of the local laws and regulation governing your target markets. Next is beware of engaging in any questionable activities which might be legal but could have future reputational repercussions. Moreover, taxation can be one of the issues. Double standard taxation are very common in international business. Local firms usually face a lower corporate tax rate compared to the foreign firms. This basically means that the local firm have an absolute competitive advantage, making the situation more difficult for foreign firms. So the solution is by accounting strategy is key to maximizing the revenue. Mitigating the risk of multiple layers of taxation makes good business sense for any organization trading abroad. Being aware of tax treaties between countries where your business is trading will help to ensure you're not paying double taxes unnecessarily. Lastly, the currency exchange and inflation rates can be the problem that our company will be facing. Many countries have laws that restrict the amount of money that a foreign company can repatriate to host countries. These laws are aimed at ensuring that the host country does not lose in the balance of trade. They also serve as a precautionary measure for stabilizing a country's currency. So the solution is by monitoring the Therefore, by monitoring the exchange rates, we can reduce the risk of unstable currency. Besides that, our company can place suppliers and production costs in the same currency as the one that company is selling. Furthermore, by setting up a forward contract and agreeing a price in advance for future sales can protect the company's sales from the risk presented by unstable currency.
So I will continue the skills, responsibilities and requirements to hire a manager at PUTRASONIC Electric Japan. So at Japan, they require strong team management skills and a wide range of marketing skills. Next, marketing manager requirements is bachelor degree in marketing, finance, business administration, and at least 2 years experience as a marketing manager. So the marketing function should be responsible for developing and disseminating knowledge. A job in marketing at PUTRASONIC Electrical would need a lot of teamwork from analysis, design and consulting. The manager must fluent both Japanese, which is native level, and English skill. Cooperation with marketing partners in Japan and contributing to idea, copy and promotion. Lastly is creation of brand guidelines, presentation and comprehensive marketing plans is also required to be a manager at PUTRASONIC Electric at Japan. Thank you.
Okay, next is the activities and program that can be implemented for employee to be accustomed to the practice of home country. One of the program is mentoring. Mentoring is a process by which an experienced member, a mentor, advise and guide a less experienced member. Through mentoring, mentor can help employee to be accustomed to the practice of home country by providing an information about the home country and also provide instruction to help employee build an appropriate skill. Next activities that can be done is celebration day, which is celebrating the feast, for example like Deepavali Day at work, by doing feast and serving the traditional food and drinks. By doing this, the employee can feel like they're just at home and also sustaining the Malaysian culture. Next is the behavior of employee to accepting the cultural difference. A good employee should show a leadership behavior to ensure a corporate culture that will accept the cultural difference and create a sense of inclusiveness. An effective leader will adjusting their style according to the tradition. Next is responsible. Employee must act responsibly, not to only gain appreciation and respect of others, but to maintain a healthy work culture. Besides, being responsible shows that the employee is professional and the organization is serious in working and also will make a good impression of the home country. Lastly, empathy. Employee need to show empathy when working with other person from different culture. For example, when attempting to understand the words and action of someone from different culture, try to interpret them in their culture perspective. Hence, it is good to find the information about their culture beforehand, because employee will be more careful with the words and action to respond appropriately.
The effectiveness of the culture integration of employee within the corporate culture can be measured through outcome-oriented culture, team-oriented culture, and organizational culture. Outcome-oriented culture is they analyze the sell company product and company profit from time to time. In this context, the more profit the company made has shown the effectiveness of the culture integration because they can adapt the environment easily. After that, team-oriented culture. The co-worker and managers has a good interaction even though have different culture, religion, and language barrier. So, and they produce high quality output product and give positive impact to the company. And finally, organizational culture. Culture influence the way of the company manage, handle, and respond to every problem. So the well structured organization show the effectiveness of culture integration.
The Robbins and Coulter 2016 identify the organizational culture as the values, principles, traditions, and ways of doing things that affect the organizational members, act, and determine the differentiate from other companies. The benefits from an effective cross-country organization with strong corporate culture will increase the motivation of the employees because of the company provide the facilities the employees need, and the leader or the founder of the company encourage and always help the employees when they need help. And the second one is the company will make the better decision making because with the company itself facing the problem, the leader discuss with the employees and give them permissions to speak out their ideas and the solution. And because of that action, it will help the company to go further and become more successful. Other than that, with the action, it will create a positive vibe and a positive environment. Third one is customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction can increase the profit of the company. How to satisfy the customer? The company need to create a strong team itself and improve the weakness of the product from the complaining. So the customer will satisfy with our product and come and buy again for the next time. And the fourth one is steady growth company. To make sure the company stand for a long time, everyone in the company need to support each other, which is the leader support the employees and the employees trust their leader. And to make sure the company stand for a long time, the leader and the employees itself need to have a good ethic.